Have you ever walked into a place and felt like you've been there before, even when you know you haven't? That eerie feeling is called déjà vu. It's French for already seen, but it's more than just a feeling, it's a full-on sensory experience. Your brain tells you this has happened before, even though logic screams, nope, impossible. But what causes it? Is it a brain glitch, a memory from a past life, or something even more mysterious? Let's find out. So, déjà vu, we've all been there, right? That sudden jolt of familiarity, like you're rewinding your life for a split second. It's a universal experience, yet it feels deeply personal. The French call it already seen, and that's the best way to describe it. It's not just recognizing a place or a person, it's the overwhelming sense that this precise moment, with all its nuances, has happened before. Now you might be thinking, Neil, is my brain malfunctioning? And you know what, that's one possibility. But before we dive into the science, let's appreciate the mystery. Déjà vu makes us question the very nature of reality. Are we time travelers catching glimpses of our past selves? Are our brains tapping into alternate dimensions? Or is it just a quirky hiccup in our neural circuitry? Think about it. We experience the world through our senses. Sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. Our brains take in this sensory information, process it, and store it as memories. But what if, just for a fleeting moment, there's a misfire in the system? What if our brains misinterpret a new experience as an old memory? Suddenly we're standing in a stranger's living room, feeling like we've been there before, even though we logically know we haven't. It's like our internal reality check goes on a coffee break, leaving us with this unsettling feeling of premonition. But here's the thing about déjà vu. It's elusive. You can't predict it, you can't control it, and just when you think you've grasped it, it vanishes like a mirage in the desert, and that's what makes it so fascinating. It's a reminder that for all our scientific advancements, there are still mysteries hidden within the folds of our own minds. So buckle up, folks, because we're about to embark on a journey into the heart of déjà vu, a journey that will take us from the inner workings of our brains to the outer limits of human perception. All right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What's really going on in our brains when déjà vu strikes? Well, neuroscientists have a few theories, and like any good scientific mystery, there's no single answer. Yet, one leading contender is the memory misfire theory. Imagine your brain as a supercomputer, constantly processing and storing information. Now, imagine a tiny glitch in the system. A new experience, like walking into a bakery for the first time, gets accidentally routed to the wrong part of your brain, the part that stores long-term memories. Suddenly, the smell of fresh bread and the sight of colorful pastries trigger a false sense of familiarity. Your brain tells you, hey, I've been here before. Even though it's a brand new experience, it's like your brain is playing a cosmic prank on you. Another intriguing theory is the dual processing model. This one suggests that our brains process information in two parallel tracks. Think of it like a two-lane highway. One lane is the express lane, processing information quickly and efficiently. The other lane is more like a scenic route, taking its time to process details. Now imagine you're driving down this mental highway, and for a split second, the scenic route lags behind. Suddenly, the information from the express lane arrives in your conscious awareness a fraction of a second earlier than the information from the scenic route. This slight delay creates a temporal illusion, a feeling that the present moment has already happened because your brain is essentially experiencing it twice in quick succession. And then there's the neural overlap theory. This one gets a bit more complex, but stick with me. Our brains are wired to make connections and find patterns. It's how we learn and make sense of the world. But sometimes our brains get a little overzealous in their pattern-seeking endeavors. The neural overlap theory suggests that déjà vu occurs when our brains recognize similarities between a current experience and a past memory, even if those similarities are subtle or superficial. For example, you might walk into a cafe that has the same layout as your favorite bookstore from childhood. Your brain, recognizing the spatial arrangement, triggers a sense of familiarity, even though the two places are completely different. So, which theory is right? Well, it's possible that all of them play a role in the déjà vu phenomenon, or maybe it's something else entirely. The truth is, the human brain is an incredibly complex organ, and we're still unraveling its mysteries. Now let's venture into the realm of speculation, shall we? Because while the scientific explanations for déjà vu are fascinating, There's a part of us that can't help but wonder if there's something more to it. What if déjà vu is a sign that our reality is not what it seems? What if it's a glimpse into a parallel universe or a memory from a past life? I know, it sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, but hey, as a scientist, I'm always open to exploring all possibilities, no matter how far-fetched they may seem. Let's start with the concept of parallel universes, the idea that there are infinite versions of reality existing simultaneously. Imagine for a moment that every time we make a decision, our reality splits into two. In one reality, we choose option A, and in the other, we choose option B. These parallel universes continue to branch out, creating an endless tapestry of possibilities. Now, what if déjà vu is a momentary overlap between these parallel realities? What if, for a fleeting instant, our consciousnesses become entangled with our other selves, experiencing a moment from their lives as if it were our own? It's a mind-bending concept, to be sure, but it's not entirely outside the realm of theoretical physics. String theory, for example, suggests the existence of extra dimensions beyond our perception. And some physicists believe that these extra dimensions could hold the key to understanding parallel universes. And then there's the idea of past lives, the belief that our souls are reborn into new bodies after death, carrying with them memories and experiences from previous incarnations. Could déjà vu be a fragment of memory from a past life, bubbling up into our present consciousness? Perhaps we're walking down a street in a foreign city and suddenly we're overcome with a feeling of overwhelming familiarity. We recognize the buildings, the smells, the sounds, even though we've never been there before. Is it just a coincidence, or is it possible that our soul remembers a time when we walked these streets in a different life? Now, I know what you're thinking, Neil. You're a scientist. Where's the evidence? And you're right to demand evidence. The truth is, there's no scientific proof to support the existence of parallel universes or past lives, but absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Just because we haven't discovered something yet doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So who experiences déjà vu the most? Is it just random, or are there certain types of people who are more prone to these strange temporal hiccups? Well, it turns out that déjà vu isn't an equal opportunity phenomenon. Studies have shown that certain groups of people report experiencing déjà vu more frequently than others. One group that seems particularly susceptible to déjà vu is young adults, particularly those between the ages of 15 and 25. Now, why would that be? Well, one theory is that it has to do with brain development. During adolescence and young adulthood, our brains are still undergoing major rewiring and reorganization. Think of it like a city undergoing massive construction. There are bound to be a few detours and road closures along the way. Similarly, as our brains mature, there might be occasional misfires in the neural circuitry, leading to experiences like déjà vu. Another group that reports more frequent déjà vu experiences is people who travel often. This one kind of makes sense, right? When you're constantly exposed to new places, new cultures, and new experiences, your brain is working overtime to process all that information. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. But sometimes that increased activity can lead to a few glitches in the system, resulting in those eerie feelings of familiarity in unfamiliar surroundings. And then there are the creatives among us, the artists, the writers, the musicians, the dreamers, people who are highly imaginative and tend to get lost in their own thoughts. Why would this group be more prone to déjà vu? Well, one theory is that it has to do with the way their brains process information. People with strong imaginations tend to have more interconnected neural networks, allowing them to make leaps in logic and connect seemingly unrelated ideas. This hyperconnectivity, while beneficial for creativity, might also make them more susceptible to experiencing those memory misfires we talked about earlier. So there you have it, a glimpse into the world of déjà vu. It's a phenomenon that has fascinated and perplexed humankind for centuries. And despite all our scientific advancements, it remains a tantalizing mystery. But maybe that's what makes it so intriguing. It's a reminder that there are still so many things we don't understand about the universe and our place within it. And who knows, maybe one day we'll finally unlock the secrets of déjà vu and discover that it's even more amazing than we ever imagined. So, is déjà vu just a brain glitch? A quirk of our neural wiring, or could it be proof of something deeper, like parallel universes or past lives? We've explored the science, we've delved into the speculation, and now it's your turn to weigh in. What do you think? Have you ever experienced déjà vu? Share your stories, your theories, your wildest ideas in the comments below. Let's keep this conversation going, because the more we explore the mysteries of the universe, the more we realize how much there is still left to discover. And who knows, maybe by sharing our experiences and insights, we can collectively unravel the enigma of déjà vu and gain a deeper understanding of the nature of reality itself. Until next time, keep looking up, keep asking questions, and never stop exploring the wonders of the cosmos, both within and beyond ourselves.